All right. Hello, everyone. This is Diamond Rivera, and we are back with the live discussions with Diamond podcast. And what you just saw was an amazing video from our special guest today. And before we get started, I hope everyone is having an amazing start to your week. Be safe, and most of all, dance on. And guys, as well, we'll be having a podcast tomorrow with Galileo Flores, as well Thursday with the Let's Talk About It episode 2 with the one and only Amanda Grace, as well Friday with Celso Orozco, all the way from the San Diego area. But today, people, we have not one, but two special guests. These gentlemen I've met over the years in Dallas Bachata Festival and also getting to know their brand, Salsa with Joe. And guys, I just want to get started. We have here representing Cali, Colombia, Denton, Texas, the Salsa with Joe, the one and only Joe Bro.
What's up? What's up, Diamond?
My brothers, hope all is well. Of course, I love the shameless plug of the Salsa with Joe right behind you.
Yeah. You like that?
I love it, man. But, first things first, thank you guys for coming on. I mean, for me, we're reaching almost 200 episodes, and wow. I don't think it would be complete without me showing love again to Texas and also, highlighting some efforts and contributions and events and just support that I have for people like you guys. You've been doing your thing relatively since 2015. And for me, having this platform, I'm so thankful that we can have you on today.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely.
And congratulations on the podcast, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Again, I do this platform for artists like ourselves because I think, as we know, when it comes to visuals and media, things just keep going. It's always just a nonstop rotation. So kind of stepping away from the media of just capturing a dance, now focusing on actually getting stories and understanding the artists behind or after the stage hits or after the class is really appreciating who you are as a human being is way more important. And, of course, you guys represent the Texas area, but realizing your roots in Cali, Colombia, which we'll get into. So, guys, since we not just have one, but both of you guys, I would love for you both to give me an understanding of, and let's take it way back. I mean, let's take it to Cali, where, your upbringing is, and how was that before you got to Texas?
So, funny story. Yeah, we're from Cali, Colombia, like he said, like Diamond said, and we didn't dance back then. Like the passion for dancing wasn't there yet. It started to develop once we moved here in Texas in 2006. But yeah, like we didn't want people to ask, hey, where you from? You're from Colombia? Oh, you must know how to dance salsa. And I don't know how to dance salsa.
Well, that fast. That's Cali salsa is something else.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, we don't do that fast. Yeah, it's really fast.
Man, that's interesting. So my question to you guys is, growing up in Cali, when was that move, or how did that move come about to go from Cali to the States, or basically to Texas?
So like my brother was saying, we're born and raised in Cali, Colombia. They call it the salsa capital. Yeah, we really never got into dancing in Cali till, like my brother said, we moved here. And we were surrounded by by parties here and there that my parents would take us to. There would be salsa dancing, but again, that wasn't like for us. We were like, no, we don't want to.
Yeah,
we don't want to dance, and so it's funny because now the transitioning from Cali, living in Colombia, to moving here to to North Texas, it was funny because then it was here that we started to join dancing and taking salsa. We started in high school. My brother started first. So if you want to tell him.
Yeah, so I started, like I say, I went to high school directly when I moved here.
Hmm.
And there was this lady that was starting an organization about student education through diversity of dance. And moving here is a big transition, it's a big change. I didn't want to go back to the same person I was. I wanted to do
Yeah.
something different. And so I gave it a try, and honestly, like, I really enjoyed what I experienced. I really enjoy how people are so happy about learning a new style like salsa.
Hmm.
Like I was brand new too, so I was like, man, I'm nervous, but I kind of like this, the community of
Yes.
people, like sharing the same thing. This, the passion. Like, man, this is really cool. I don't know why, I didn't take advantage when I was back in Colombia. But yeah, ever since high school, shout out to Miss San Miguel, and also Salsa with Joe family, who's tuning in with us. Yeah, thanks to her, like I appreciate her for starting this organization, which changed my life because back looking back now,
Yeah.
2022.
Yeah.
uh but yeah, my brother pretty much he followed my footsteps. I started first because I went to high school while he was in
Hmm.
middle school. I joined the club. We did a couple of performances in high school. And once I graduated, he that's when he joined the high school. I was a senior. He was a freshman. So, and then I left, and then he continued, and then he stayed
Yep.
with the organization. So, and also he did a couple of performances too. So,
I kind of
Okay.
I kind of took his place.
yeah, he took my place.
Okay. The passing of the torch, as they say.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that's interesting because I think we're connected as well because I also in high school was in the Latin club, which
Yeah,
some high schools have, and hey, that's a great introduction. And for me, I mean, dancing even long before then, but meeting people that had no idea what they were learning. This was something new, something
yeah,
foreign to them.
Hmm.
But like you guys said, you're coming from Colombia, and most people would say, "Oh, you're coming from this area which is so heavily filled with salsa and everything, you must know." But that doesn't work. That is not in everyone's
yeah,
case. So my
exactly.
question to you, Jojo, because your brother kind of put you under the spot there. What was those first performances like for you?
So man, that was wow, that was so long ago. Uh, from what I remember,
Mm.
it was a bit nerve wracking.
Yes.
uh, in high school, I was still very, until this day, like like a shy person,
Hmm.
a little bit, introverted.
Yes.
But it was something that I wanted to experience, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, and it helped me. It helped me grow, as a person, and break out of that shell that I was in. So I remember till this day. I was like, man, this is performing is still to this day, even
Yeah.
though I don't do it as often, and I haven't done it in years
Hmm.
since high school. I believe I
Mm.
remember from what I remember. So it's something that I've always enjoyed. The performance, and feeling the crowd, and the
Yeah.
cheer.
Yeah.
That was something very neat, and something that I remember till this day. So
Man, that's special. So now a question for both of you is what or how did that transition come from being in high school and then into your life in the Latin club, learning from there? When was the transition to you getting involved in terms of the dance scene? Because you have the people that say I went to a club with a friend and saw a class, or somebody brought me to an actual class at a studio. What was your both introductions into kind of the dance world as you see it now?
So, after high school, I was looking for to continue dancing,
Hmm.
and the university here of North Texas, UNT, had
Hmm.
a had a program where, like, I remember on Tuesdays they did like salsa lessons. And so once I found out, I was like, man, I gotta go try it out because I want to keep learning.
Yeah.
Um, and so there, I met a lot of great people, especially this guy who find out about auditions for salsa dance team in
Mhm.
Dallas. And he's like, man, let's go try out. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, what do we got to lose, right? And so we went, tried out, and then that was my first introduction to the dance community because
Mhm.
the person who I met was Salsa Dallas. Shout out to Luis Delgadillo. He was doing the dance team for Hito, and so we joined the team. And then
Mhm.
by joining the team, obviously, we found out about the socials, events going on in Dallas. So it was kind of like that was the introduction of me, of like, the dance community. Because when I
Yeah.
was in Denton, I was the only thing that I had was just going to class, and that was it.
Mhm.
But then when I did that transition of going to try out and then check it out, then I was like, oh wow, this is actually really big. Like there was socials from, let's say, Wednesday to Sunday, and I went
Yeah.
to two of them. And I'm like, man, I just can't get enough. but
Man, that's interesting. So wait, so Johan, did you kind of follow in those footsteps as well, or how
yeah,
did?
Yeah, I actually did because, it was a different story for my brothers
Yeah.
because I didn't do what he did. So for me, it was mostly, going with him to like socials and stuff. And he was the one who introduced me to the whole, dance scene
Yeah.
here in North Texas and Dallas. And so, yeah, I mean, that was for me. That was it. But before that, I used to go dancing. It wasn't so
Mhm.
much as like social dancing. It was more
Yeah.
like going to like the club
with some friends.
per se.
Yeah, there's,
You
there's a
know,
difference between the socials. Well, I
yeah,
mean, hey, I gotta say nowadays some socials they're
yeah,
goddamn clubs, but
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I would go with with some friends of mine to go dancing. Just having fun, having a good time, and they would I'm not trying to brag about myself, but they would be like, hey man, you dance pretty good, you should show us, teach us. They would always say that to me, and I mean, I don't know, like, I guess it's like maybe a Colombian thing. We have it in our blood.
yeah,
you
I
know
mean, hey, I
like,
mean,
yeah, like any Latin you know culture. So yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed dancing, the music. I really get into it. I really like to move to the music. Let the music take control. And so after that, that's when I approached my brother, and I was like, hey man, because he had been going through the dance team, and he'd been on
yeah,
it for a long time. So I approached him and I was like, hey man, what do you think about teaching my friends how to dance? You know,
mhm.
and so from that point, Salsa with Joe was born. That's
Mm.
how we started Salsa with Joe back in 2015, and then yeah, from there is history, man. Like,
Man,
so
that's amazing. I mean, to be honest, Johan, to hear that story, but then also looking at your brother, and I can see him looking at you, and it's like a flashback to when
yeah,
everything started. Because, hey, I tell people too, it's not easy starting your own brand, let alone
yeah,
now, 7 years later, it's
yeah,
still growing and flourishing. Because everyone, if they thought it was that easy, everyone would do it. And
right,
for me, seeing as well that Texas, Dallas in particular, especially had a really strong dance scene in terms of just how many styles or how many events were around. So then,
hmm
like you said, you guys started Salsa with Joe. Honestly, what was the feedback from the community when you guys were starting this, or in the process of having this company now, what were those initial stages like for you?
The initial stages, at the beginning, so we started like he said, teaching his friends how to dance.
Mhm.
You know, teaching was never in my imagination, in my
Yeah.
plans. I was kind of just throwing out there. So the feedback that they were really enjoying, coming to class, and
Mhm.
we go dancing together. So it was a very enjoyable process, and also they like how we treated them because
Yes.
we're very family oriented. We
Mhm.
want to treat people, because I remember when I started, everybody starts like very nervous,
Mhm.
and so I want to, have a easy atmosphere for them to feel welcome
Mhm.
through everything, every process that we do. And even until this day, like people say that, man, like I was looking for something, because they were, let's say, having struggles in their lives, and then they found
Yep.
something with Joe. So like as an escape of their problems and stuff like that, but also since we treat them as family. Um, to this day, they keep loving us and supporting us, so showing us support. So we really love our Salsa with Joe family, and then that's how we want to continue to be. We want to continue to like bring hope to people, and also
Yeah.
grow the community, because it's not just dancing. It's just it's a community,
Mhm.
like a family. So that's how, till this day, that's how people see us, you know,
Mm.
as fam.
Absolutely. What about you, Johan? Is this? I'm assuming you're sharing the same sentiment.
Yes, yes. So I mean, like my brother said, I think from the get go, from the start with Salsa with Joe, we wanted that atmosphere, of having people come in and welcome them with open arms, and
Hmm.
feeling part of our family, and so I share the same
Values.
feelings, values, and that's what Salsa with Joe is, man. It's a community, it's a family of people that wanna, like my brother was saying. Some people come and they tell us, man, I'm struggling with this. I want to find escape, and they
Yeah.
come to us. They come to us, and they feel welcome. They feel valued, and that's what we want to bring to the table. Not just, hey, just come and take our classes, and give us your
Yeah.
money, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, no, I appreciate both of you being honest, because something, of course, you said earlier that hit home, is that word being an introvert, because it's not just you guys. There's so many artists that I have met that
Yeah,
from the stages that we see them on, they're heroes to so many. They're, these superstars, but when you actually get to speak to them, a lot of them would rather just hide in their room
yeah,
than be in front of people, and
that's
realizing that we are so much more alike than
Yeah,
we are different. And a lot
yeah,
of times it's through having conversations like this is where we understand that, hey, it's okay if you're an introvert in an extroverted world. You just have to learn how to
right.
adapt.
yeah,
Because that actually brings me to my next thing of, you guys speaking about having those feelings of sometimes just wanting to be alone, but you're in a dance community that now has not just socials, but congresses and festivals and weekenders. For you
Right.
guys, my question to you guys is, dealing with that kind of battle that many people deal with, how is it, or has it become much easier as an event you go to, or do you still kind of have those moments of like, I'm here, but I'm not really here sometimes.
Mm.
so I like it's becoming easier to
Mhm.
like go into socials and events. At the beginning, obviously, it wasn't like that, because, like he said, he's an introvert. I'm way more introvert than he is.
Mhm.
um, he's more of a social person. Like I'm a little bit more reserved, but as I go through more socials and I get to meet more people.
Yeah.
So everywhere I go now, I know at least somebody. So it makes it easier for me to go to the socials because I'm like, hey, I get to see this person, I get to say hi to him, I get to talk to him,
Yeah.
and then obviously we introduce these people to our students or our family, and so they started to not just know Denton because we're in North Dallas,
Yeah.
but we also um, have them like introduce the Dallas people to our community.
Yeah.
So because we're heavy on collaboration, and so and then that's the other advantage. So since we have events here in North Dallas, we bring people from Dallas to our
Mhm.
events. Our people from here gets to know these other people, dancing and just talking to them, and so it just becomes more familiar in a way. But I mean, there's times where we go to an events, socials, and we still feel like there's that not like welcoming vibe, and
Mhm.
in some events, like I don't want to like talk negative about
No, no,
uh,
I totally understand. I
the dance
totally
community,
understand.
but yes, there's that feeling of like, man, like I feel like it's not very welcome sometimes
Hmm.
in some events, but there's other events that are like, oh man,
Yeah.
I like to come here because I know I'm gonna see you, I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna dance with you, and we enjoy ourselves when we go to those events. But yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of agree and disagree with you because on what you said about like me about you being more introverted than I am. And no, but
I was
Yeah,
like,
I got you. He was like, wait, what you about to disagree with me on
no,
that?
no. But I just on that because like this guy, when I mean, most people already know him. Like from the dancing,
Mhm.
he's been more involved in it than I have been.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm usually I usually like to be behind the scenes, a little
Hmm.
bit. But like when he goes to like socials and festivals and congresses, I mean this guy he's very sociable. He's very and like people approach him more than me,
yeah.
But like that's the only thing like I kind of like disagree because you're.
Oh, okay, okay.
But yeah. But anyways, for me, I feel the same way, as my brother. I really we like he said, we like to collab. We really like that aspect, and we like to bring in people and work together as a community, So
Hmm.
like now we're very active in the community. We like to support other events as well, other socials, and we go and we have a good time, a great time. And so uh yeah, I mean there like my brother said, there are some places and um not a whole lot, maybe just like a few here and there that
Hmm.
we kind of like the vibe is not there, but it's hey,
Yeah.
it's like anything,
Yeah.
and so but yeah, man, like it's been great. It's been great so far, and everything that we've been through and worked on, till this day. It's always been focused on the community aspect and the family and and going together, dancing to socials and collaborating and all that stuff. So
Absolutely, absolutely. But it's interesting here because we have someone that's going to pull your card right now, saying y'all both are not introverted. I
Yes,
don't
we are.
know.
I
But
mean,
shout out to
shout out to
Lake and Garza,
dance
my
partner.
brother's dance partner. Uh, So, but I mean, I guess I don't know.
No, no. But what's interesting, guys, is that it was Georgia Lozano from the Dallas Bachata Festival that
Mhm.
actually had told me about you guys, and meeting you guys, I really felt the genuineness because when you're in a world or a dance scene or a community, whatever you call it, when money is involved in terms of creating events, there's always going to be some tit for tat here and there. For me and people like you actually being honest and saying, hey, there's some events we just don't like the vibe.
Yeah.
That's totally understandable because at the end of the day, if there aren't any consumers, events cannot be successful. If there is no feedback, things cannot change. I mean, because you guys understand what the dance scene was like for you guys fresh out of 2015 and in 2022. Of course, we've had great experiences, but there's also been things that we would love to see change. And for me, I think, you know, having these conversations is necessary because years ago we weren't having these conversations publicly.
Right. Yeah.
We were having it in the hotel rooms when, you know, when we're upstairs with the very few people we'd rather have in our room, and we have these discussions because who's going to want to have this type of discussion with loud blasting music all night long?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, for me, seeing you guys again, that word "genuine" really rings true because I personally, even being from New York, want to see more and more collaboration because if we all win or we all work together, we all make money. I mean, it's a no-brainer. But if I have to be completely honest, and it's really more simplistic than complex, I just think it's selfishness.
Yeah,
that's plain and simple. It's just if my event can make more money, boom. But in reality, if the people don't believe in you, if the people don't feel comfortable, that's how events you see, they just die out after a few months. But seeing you guys keeping that family aspect, keeping that feeling of like, you know, people belong because like you said, you're having people come to you guys saying, I'm going through a rough time. I need an escape. And I feel that you two can help with that. That says something. I mean, even Sandra here is saying that you both are awesome. But, you know, as well, we have Melody Johnson here saying they are so great at making students comfortable and feel welcome. True authenticity. I thoroughly enjoy this also. Like, these are people that are taking your classes. And for me, this is why I do this, because it's really about giving you your flowers before it's too late or it's a different phase in your life. So for me, it's, you know, having you understand, like, you know, your contributions are noted. People do see it. Sometimes we don't see it. We're just like on to the next. But you know, seeing how far you guys have come, I can't wait to see what happens more because I'm telling you, we need more genuine people like you guys. Because again, that family aspect isn't really true in many companies. It's really like if you don't, you know, it's more of a money-driven business, and understandably so. But seeing how you guys have treated it with the people that you teach, all the way till just the ambiance at your events and your socials in the past. Hey, just to see the smiles. Yeah. That right there, just, you know, that already pulls me in. So lastly, I wanted to ask you guys, at least before we go into our segment called The Randoms, is actually I have one or two more questions is, you know, now we're in 2022. And, you know, with events are pushing and pushing and pushing and moving along, you guys as well, I've seen now, or I mean, this has happened before, but I see you guys now are doing besides teaching, you know, Johan, you've been taking more of a, you know, public role. You're doing your DJing. And then, you know, Heido, you're doing MCing, and that right there, like everything we've heard from years ago has showed growth. Because going from two introverted young men to now growing into men and now being more public than ever, I have to like, you know, appreciate that because you guys are inspiring a lot of people who may be going through the same. So my question now, of course, now we're in 2022 and things are pushing forward. What are some things that you guys looking forward to doing for the future?
So a few of the things that we want, we have two universities here in Denton that we would like to, you know, be part of as well. So like grow the community with them as well, like not just like like college people. That's what I was at. We try to
Mhm.
collaborate with the universities. So that's one of our goals, and as well as for him DJing, being part of different events, bringing the dance team into the Bachata Congress coming up in September, or is it October? October, my bad.
Mhm.
October. So this year, we want to, one, collaborate with the universities. Two, we want to, bring the dance team to the festivals, to events. So growing the community in that aspect of um, being more involved with Denton, and as well with other people. One being
Mhm.
him being a DJ, me and doing MCing or doing classes or different events, and like I said, the main aspect of this year is bringing the dance team. Like right now, we're having a salsa dance team
Mhm.
starting. So coming up, we're gonna have bring them to the socials to do performances and stuff like that, and that's the main thing for this year, is being more active, because
Mhm.
we started the dance team back in 2019, but
before COVID.
before
Yeah.
COVID, but then that COVID thing happened, and so it kind of slowed us down in the process that we were going to. So it's just I feel like 2022 is just picking it back up, and then just take off from
There you
there.
go. What about you, Johan? Anything else that you can add on your list for 2022?
So yeah, for me, with the DJing, I'm still fairly new, but I wanna be able to grow as a DJ. I
Mhm.
wanna eventually DJ at festivals, congresses. That's one of my goals. As a DJ, I'm DJing at socials here in North Texas and Dallas. And I really appreciate the support that the dance community has offered, provided. And I really thank them for inviting me to DJing at the socials. I really enjoy it. It's something that I'm passionate about. I've always been passionate about music. I love music. I love playing, music that people like to dance. People have a great time. I'm always like checking the crowd. Like reading.
Yes.
I'm always reading the crowd, and you know and I ask people like, hey, what music do you like? I wanna play. So I kind of already know like what people like to listen to. So for me in that aspect, as a DJ, and then also with what my brother was saying, with I'm looking forward to the dance team that we're
Mhm.
starting again. Because like I mentioned earlier, and right now I really enjoy performing. It's something that I really like, and it's something that I'm passionate about, and I want to do it again because I haven't done it in years.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that coming up, and also for the we live in a college town, so like my brother was saying, we wanna bring the university come
Mhm.
together, and eventually, like, this has been a vision of mine. I haven't really mentioned this to my brother, but like
Mhm.
eventually I want us to be able to start a nonprofit organization where we can
Mhm.
you know have scholarships for students in the land community, so stuff like that. That's
That's
something
awesome. That's
that's
awesome.
something that I want to pursue here in this year and on. And shout out to the, like we said earlier, Salsa with Joe community fam that are watching and are posting comments. We see it, so
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to them.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you guys again are really doing inspiring work, and I'm really happy to see it. And but now I think it helps us lead to our last segment called the randoms, which is about 10 questions here. That I just want you to, it's gonna just whatever pops into your head for each question. I want to see what your answer is. So since I have both of you, this
All
should be
right.
even more fun. So let's get it started right now for both of you. What's your favorite Colombian dish?
Bandeja paisa.
Bandeja paisa.
Ah, That was good. That was good. All right. Next
So,
one here. What is your pet peeve on the dance floor?
The floor not being smooth. It's
That
smooth
is a
enough.
very good one.
for me, is like my partner is smiling and having a good time. Not just being there like I'm just here. So
Yes, yes, I totally understand. Nothing's worse than dancing 4 or 5 minutes with someone who's just like blah.
Looking away.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're not
Having,
interested.
having that connection.
Yeah, connect.
Absolutely, I like that answer. All right, next one should be interesting. All right, you guys are at your favorite festival, congress, weekend, or maybe even a social, and the promoter organizer says, "Hey, Joe Bros, I want you guys to choose the closing act at our event. Who are you two picking?"
Ooh, that's a tough one. Maybe our dance team.
Well, let's say this for non-biased purposes. We will not be using Salsa Joe.
Oh man.
The closing act. Ooh. Yeah, you put us on a spot right there.
I definitely did.
Like it would have to be the dance teams from Texas, right? Obviously.
No, it could be anyone.
Oh, anyone?
Oh. What do you think?
Closing that.
We went blank.
So no, there's a upcomers, like young people.
Yeah.
Like I will say, why not give them the chance to close the act? Because that's the future of the dancing. Like the young kids who are like, I'm like, man, these people dance better than us. I'm like, what are we doing with ourselves?
So what about you, Johan? Do you feel the same way, or is there some like a team you've seen over the years that I'm like, hey, if they're the last show, I'm definitely gonna be standing out.
I mean, of course, I'm with my brother on this one, but I would like maybe what's it, Iroko?
Yes, with Ernesto and Denise.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Those
Okay.
guys. Woo.
Hey, I like that. I definitely like those answers for sure. All right, next one should be interesting. We call it the last song of the night. Who are you taking on the dance floor?
Oh, who?
Like who we're dancing with, or who are we?
Absolutely. Yeah, who are you dancing with? Who, if it's the last song of the night at a congress or a festival or an event, who's the person you're taking out on the dance floor?
Man, like I'm gonna give you a general answer. For me, it's whoever I enjoy my dance with the most, like whoever I connected the most with.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be like in a specific person, but for me, it's like if you connect with somebody in a way, like it goes really smooth, like you have a good time together. I'll be looking for that person, like for the last dance. So like I can give you like a specific person who I will do that with, but yeah, someone who I connect with, like really good.
For me, it would be La Alemana. Shout out.
I like. Wow, you kind of said, you know what, brother, sit back. Let me handle this one.
Yeah,
hey. It feels like you've been thinking about that. And Alamana, trust me, at an event, don't hesitate. You got to dance with Johan right now. So.
What have I gotten myself into?
Oh my God! Hey, but Joe, it's interesting because I love the general answer, but someone here is, she's saying it better be her. I mean,
it's gonna be Lakin.
It's gonna be
My
Lakin.
dance partner.
there you go. That was a good answer. Very, very good answer. All right, next question here should be very interesting. If you aren't dancing, you are doing blank.
Well, I went to the university for engineering, just because honestly I just didn't know what I really wanted, but I wanted to, you know, go that path of electrical engineering.
Yeah.
So like halfway of the career, I just really didn't like, you know, the whole engineering aspect. Although I mean, like it's a really good career. I'm not putting it down, but I'm just saying that I just didn't want to be, on one spot, like you
Yeah.
know, 9 to 5, and then just repeat and repeat, like routine every
Mhm.
week and every day. So I guess if I wasn't doing the dancing, I'll be really focusing on what I went to school for, which is
Okay.
electrical engineering.
Yeah, and then for me it would be, of course, DJing,
Hmm.
uh, and or I recently started like a video production thing where
Hmm.
I've done some videos of like dance videos and like videos for our events and
Yeah.
like recaps. So that for me would be it. I want to eventually be able to direct music videos, dance videos, whatnot. So that would be the answer
So
for
kind
me.
of what like Diamond is doing.
Yeah, like you. I want you
Hey,
guys.
no, listen. I encourage everyone because you know why I say that, because one thing for certain will never fade in this world is media.
Right.
There's always an avenue for it. No matter what there's always an avenue. There's always a underworld for whatever you want. And
Hmm.
for me, I tell people, if you have a vision, create.
Yeah.
But also realizing that the $3,000 camera is not going to make you your greatest film. It's what
Exactly.
you have up here and putting it right, through that lens. But
Right.
hey, man, I appreciate it. I'm glad to see another person getting into media because, again, we need more of those people. And
Yeah.
this one should be definitely an interesting question. I haven't asked it before, but I'm starting to. Is we everybody who goes to a dance event, the events usually have a setup of how they like doing things, whether in terms of lighting, the type of music. But for you guys, what is your favorite ambiance at an event? So if you could choose how you would want your event kind of to run, if you had your own, of course, you guys have your own social, but
Mhm.
just scratch that. You're starting from scratch, and you can say, I want this type of event to feel like this. What would you say?
Uh
Hmm.
First, I mean, the way we do our events is, you know, we, I mean, obviously we do like a cover, but like if, like for example, we would like to do like a free event,
Hmm.
um, to just bring people in, and everybody will like go sit down at their own places while we start the dancing, because it takes a little bit for people to warm up. So just welcome people in, like for us to, be able to, talk to the people, like brand new people who just wants to check out our events. So just make them feel welcome. Just say hi to them, greeting them. Maybe like take them to the dance floor and then dance with them. Um, but yeah, just what do you think?
Mm. Man, I'm struggling with this one, Diamond.
Yeah.
Uh maybe I don't know the.
Are you a lighting low guy, a low light person? Do you want bright lights? Do you want smoke machines, or you kind of more reserved and just kind of the minimalistic things matter?
Yeah, I guess for me, I mean, now that you mentioned that, I mean, I've always considered myself like a simple guy, very minimalist. How do you say that word? Minimalist.
Minimalistic. Trust me,
Minimalist.
I practice myself.
so so yeah, I mean, just as long as there's good music playing, and everyone is having a good time and enjoying themselves. I mean, for me, that's key. Like, honestly, um, other than that, like the lighting and all the stuff, to me, that's really not as important.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, man, definitely good music, a good sound system. Because there's some times that you go and like the sound is not very good, and I think
Yeah.
that's one of the key elements of a good social good event. Like the music and the quality of the sound. For me,
Gotcha.
for
I mean,
me.
hey, spoken from a DJ right now, so I
Mhm.
definitely, I definitely appreciate that. All right, next question. This should be fun. Give me one fun fact about you.
Fun fact.
You go.
Oh, why you put me like that?
Because you're inspired right now.
Fun fact. I can make you some really good empanadas.
Hey, that is a gift. That's not a fact. That's a gift for me, and I will take it. What what about you, yeah? What about you, Ido?
Fun fact for me. Let's see.
This is tough, Diamond.
Yeah, make it okay. So here's the thing: like with salsa with Joe, we like are a certain person. Like we are. People say we're extroverted,
Hmm.
but that's because I when I started, I was like very like shy, and then
Hmm.
I was shaking. Like I was doing,
Yeah.
it, but I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so much anxiety, and also when I go to different events, I get nervous at the
Mhm.
beginning, but then once I start, it's like it just becomes natural for me. So, but outside of me doing like being Joe, it's like I'm just a normal person, just very shy, introverted, but I still care a lot about people and stuff like that. But yeah, just a fun fact, I guess. What would that be? I guess I have a great personality,
Hey, hey, that was a perfect save, whoever that was. That was great. That was great. And you know what? Now I'm gonna have to, this is gonna be a spicy question. I know you guys in Texas love your football, but will the Cowboys ever win a championship?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Because that is a question. I mean, we don't got Michael Irvin, you don't got Emmitt Smiths, but you
you got
got.
you got the Cowboys
Oh!
flag.
You guys Cowboy.
So
Oh my God!
yes.
There you go. Hey, see, I had to throw that one in there for some laughs. All right, our second to last question is one word to describe Denton.
Musical.
uh, on top potential.
Hey,
I mean that's two words, but
no, I'll use that as one. Untapped
yeah.
potential. I like that answer. All right, and now this last question here. I love asking it because I feel like it brings the whole conversation from start to finish all together. And for both of you, when you guys are maybe in a new phase in your life, years down the road, how would you like to be remembered?
Oh, yeah, that question is very deep, but I would like people to remember me for like who I was always, like how I treated them,
Hmm.
and also for, like you said, being a very like sincere, like honest
Yeah.
person, genuine. So I just want people to like know me for who I was, like a genuine person who wanna just wants to make people feel good and then welcome. So uh, not like, oh yeah, he's a great dancer. No, I just want people to know me as a person, not as a
Yes.
as a dancer. Because like dancer, like I'm still growing. Like I was telling you, like teaching was not part of our plan, like my plan, like
Mhm.
teaching dancing. Because when I started, I didn't realize how much I needed to learn.
Yeah.
Teaching is one thing, dancing is one thing, but teaching is a whole different
Yes.
ballgame. But yeah, like I want people to remember because I was I was patient with them because that's one of the things that I have. I'm very patient,
Hmm.
and so just again genuine and patient in how I make them feel. That's how I want people to remember me as.
Yeah. For
I love that.
me. Oh, were you gonna say something?
No, I was just saying I love that answer, and I was gonna say to you as well. What would you say?
Yeah. I mean, I guess uh, I would like this, like what he said, but I want to be able to people remember me like someone that they met and they really felt that genuine. How do I say this? Like I don't know, like people to. I want people to remember me as somebody who they met and they felt welcome. They felt
Mhm.
that my they felt genuine and so. And also I want to be able to people to remember me as a great DJ, you know. So,
Hey, trust me, and definitely in due time, because it's as well as so many DJs out there. But seeing how you really focus on catering to your crowd is really important.
yeah,
And
for
thank
me,
you. Mhm.
yeah, sorry, for me that's all that matters, you know. For me as a DJ, the people to be able to have a good time and and also the artists that come in in the socials. I also want them to be treated fairly
Mhm.
from me, because some DJs, I'm not gonna mention names. They probably don't take it serious, or they and also not just in the dance scene, but outside the dance scene, because there's
They're
there's
not
also
appreciated.
there's also DJs like in the clubs and weddings, things like that. But for them, it's just like you were saying earlier, it's just about the money. But for me, it's just more like, okay, like I'm paying attention to like
Yeah.
the instructor that's doing the class. If they need me to put music, if they need me to
Yeah.
take the music out, I'm also, if I'm ready with music for the shows, for the performances, so that for me is all about it. That's the key for me. So
Perfect, man. And guys, I really love that answer because I can tell that you both really thought about it. And again, I would say thank you for doing this segment. And now it helps us transition to the closing of our talk. And I really would say the word that categorizes our whole conversation is a genuine conversation. And I've really appreciated to learn a little bit more about you guys, not only from the classes you've done, not only from the communities you impacted, but
yeah.
just being able to appreciate you guys as human beings is most important. But before we go, I'd love to know if you guys had any last few words, but also info on how we can find out more about salsa with Joe.
So, well, a few things we want to say when to close is, first of all, thanks for having us. You
Absolutely.
like you make us feel very appreciative to be here, but I mean we also appreciate it for your time and then
Yes.
what you do, your success on the podcast, everything that you're doing. I want to say that you're doing a great job, man, and
Thank you.
just keep growing. Another thing I want to say, I want to congratulate you on the baby because I know you're expecting a
Thank
baby.
you very much. Labor
Yeah,
Day weekend of course, that's the irony,
yeah.
but
So that's
thank you.
big. That's huge. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm very happy for you, man.
Yeah. We're very happy.
I just wish everything, nothing but success for you, man.
Thank
Yeah,
you, man.
man.
Trust me that the baby will be coming next. Not this one, but the next Dallas. We're trying to get that baby there. Have a
Hey,
little Dallas Machado the
Yeah,
Festival baby there at the front
can't,
desk.
can't wait to meet the baby, man.
yeah,
Congrats.
Absolutely, man.
And also, like my brother was saying, congrats on the podcast, man. I already lost count of how many podcasts you've
Yeah,
done.
it's
Like
too damn
200,
many.
200, right, or something like
No,
that.
we're about to. We actually have a few more episodes left. I think you guys are 191 right now, so
Okay,
we're
okay.
creeping. We're already, and we got some
Dude,
special guests coming. But you guys are just another part of this platform that helps it grow because being able to just have these conversations is what needed. But again, you guys, for me, seeing how you've impacted so many people thus far, thank you. I really the biggest thanks to what you do because
mm.
not many people could probably do it like you guys. But at least before we go to, you got to give us some contacts of where can we find out what's the
Oh
next
yeah.
class with Salsa with Joe.
So you can reach out to us or contact us on Facebook or Instagram at Salsa with Joe. We're working on
like the background says.
yeah, Salsa with
Yeah.
Joe, not Joe, but just Jo.
Yes.
Also, if you want to reach out to us on through email, salsa with Joe at gmail.com.
Also meet up.
Meet up
Also with
to
Joe.
Salsa with Joe, and then yeah, man, we're working on some exciting stuff. We have salsa on the sand coming up again. That's one of our biggest
Events.
events, and then we're also starting this year. We've teamed up with Team Mambin to bring a new social in Dallas. So it's not gonna be here in Denton. It's gonna be in in Dallas. So yeah, man.
This Friday we have Latin night too.
Yeah,
So.
we got some special guests. We have Yagita from Houston, Texas. We have Rennie from New Mexico coming. So yeah, man, exciting stuff. And we can't wait for what's in the future. And so yeah, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you guys again, because to see the growth of you guys from when you first started, and now you guys are responsible for throwing so many events that people love, and it just keeps growing. And definitely can't wait to see what's happening next with Salsa with Joe. But guys, thank you for your time and your effort and your patience. Everyone who's been listening, that will be listening, this episode here of the live discussions with Diamond Podcast with the Joe Bros from Salsa with Joe, representing Denton, Texas. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Trust me, we'll be with you guys again.
Thanks,
and of course, Brian has to leave off with a great interview for a couple of introverts. But guys, thank you all. We love
Thanks,
you
guys.
guys.
Appreciate you.
We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Stay tuned.
Peace.